Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like that.
Come and speak to me, yeah? Right, okay, right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't. He hasn't.
I've talked to him.
No, he ain't.
Okay, I'm not talking to you.
Calm yourself
Go
down.
away.
Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Audit.
Yeah, I'm DP Audit. Respect.
Thank you.
I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant
Have another
to.
unit, please.
Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him to send police
No,
here.
you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude up as well,
Right,
you.
go
Wind
away.
your neck in.
Wind
Wind your neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah,
Step
you're
away
the
from me,
police
please.
officer.
Step away from me.
See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you.
Yeah,
You little You're losing your job, you little...
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On
Get away
camera.
from me. Otherwise I'll spray you.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a copper.
Whoa.
That's... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wind your neck and look up.
When the auditor pushed back against the officer's aggressive behavior, calmly telling him to settle down, the officer's reaction was far from professional. Instead of handling it with composure, he escalated the situation. For nothing more than words, he shoved the individual to the ground, a response that was both excessive and unjustifiable. What makes this even more troubling is the mindset behind it. This wasn't a split-second reaction to danger. It was a deliberate choice to use force in order to assert control after his attitude was questioned. That isn't the standard of policing the public expects, it's the misuse of authority. Police officers are expected to meet criticism with restraint and professionalism, not to lash out when they feel challenged. And the fact that this all unfolded in front of bystanders only deepened the damage. Instead of serving as an example of discipline and accountability, the officer displayed exactly what happens when someone in a position of power loses sight of responsibility.
Nah, I'm in public. Shut your mouth and your attitude up. You're a public of the servant, a servant of the public. There's no, you're breaching the peace.
You ain't spraying him.
Okay.
You ain't spraying him. And I'm doing nothing wrong.
No, you're not. You speak to him like that's what you're doing. You don't get to speak to public like that. You don't get to speak to people like you're speaking to him. That's not how your role works. You're a police officer of the law, serving the crowd and serving the people. Respect and integrity. Remember your oath and your college of peace in training. You're absolute disgrace. The way you push me over now, you're getting a claim against you. You're getting sued.
Right.
You should lose your job for that as well.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, won't we? And you're going to be all over the internet. Do you know how many people are going to see you? You're live now.
Good for you.
Welcome to YouTube, you how about that?
Okay, swear at me once and I'll lock you up.
Higher threshold. Is there any complainants? Is there any complainants for my swearing? Any complainants? Your officers need to arrest you.
Okay.
You assaulted me.
Right.
You need to arrest your fellow officer. Section 26, he just pushed me on the ground, threatened me with power for telling him to rax himself.
Was made for the officer's colleague to be arrested under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, the very law that makes it a criminal offense for police officers to misuse their authority. And in this situation, the alleged assault wasn't tied to a dangerous arrest or a chaotic incident. It happened because someone dared to question unprofessional conduct. This isn't without precedent. A former South Wales officer, Richard Hella, was convicted under the same law for abusing his position and exploiting vulnerable people. That conviction serves as a reminder that the law takes such misconduct extremely seriously. The principle is clear: wearing a badge does not grant immunity. Authority is a responsibility, not a shield for abusive behavior, and when it's misused, accountability must follow.
You're online on YouTube, you're going on YouTube, you don't do your jobs correctly, you're going to look like idiots. Nah, he's assaulted, he's assaulted me, mate.
We need to work out what's gone on.
He's pushed me, his foot to me like that because he was speaking to him like club and I told him to speak to members of the public respect like you're meant to and professionally, and that is the worst example. He needs to be fired, he's getting sued or we're putting a claim against him. That was outrageous. Arrest him. Arrest him. Do your job that the College of Policing tells you to arrest him.
You need to relax, you need to calm down.
You need to arrest him.
You hear you need to talk to me, tell me what's going on. So obviously dealing with
he was talking to him and the way he was speaking to him was disgusting. The way you do not speak to members of the public like that. The way he was disgusting. Everything about him was disgusting. He's going to get, do you know how many views he's going to do online now? He'll go viral with the way that was. That was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I've done this for a year now. You need to arrest him.
Okay, well, we're not going to arrest him. But
you're not going to arrest your colleague when he's just broke the law? and assaulted a member of the public.
But you're entitled to make a
What does your College of Policing treat you at the beginning?
Listen,
When you're call your officers. No, you listen to me. He has assaulted me and broke the law.
Listen to you. You're entitled to make a complaint online.
You're getting sued, mate.
Okay.
Look at him, look
No
at
more
him.
lesson.
Instead of responding directly to the auditor's legal challenge, the officer shifted the focus and played the role of a victim. He acted as though his own sense of comfort carried more weight than public accountability. But personal space is not a lawful justification for using force, especially for someone whose duty is to uphold the law. This kind of thinking, using authority whenever a situation feels uncomfortable, has little to do with safety. It's about control. Rather than defusing the situation or offering a clear explanation, the officer chose to shove the auditor to the ground and defend it with a rule that simply didn't exist. That isn't policing in the proper sense. It's a misuse of authority, and in legal terms, it's misconduct. Plain and simple.
Right, identify yourself.
7459.
Name, station.
Okay, don't need to give money.
Yes, you do.
No.
3 forms. You've used your powers against me. 3 forms of identification.
Don't point at me.
I'll point like I want. No.
Yeah.
3 forms of identification. You're going to push me again, are you?
If you can put in my space, yes.
Oh, you're in my space now. What would happen if I
What
pushed
I'm
you?
doing? Well, you can try.
Ah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
See this, people?
Yeah.
You're welcome
Right,
to YouTube.
Have a good day.
What's name and fucking station
Have a
as
good
well?
day, sir.
Name and
Thank you.
station. I don't know. On his name and station, he's got to give 3.
According to the College of Policing's own guidelines, officers are required to identify themselves when asked, giving their name, rank, and station. This isn't just good manners. It's a safeguard of accountability. And it becomes even more important when force has been used, because the public has the right to know exactly who acted and under what authority. But in this case, after using unnecessary force, the officer did the opposite. He made himself untraceable. That choice doesn't just erode public trust. It blocks transparency and allows misconduct to slip through unchecked. For justice to function, people must be able to identify the individuals who wronged them. Refusing to provide such basic information isn't a small oversight or a moment of arrogance. It's a conscious effort to avoid responsibility, and it cannot be defended in any credible way.
When it follows through on you, welcome to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the state of him.
Really?
Yeah, the state here.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day.
Absolute.
Cheers. Swear at me again, I'll lock you up.
But you can't use a higher threshold. You can't lock me up for that.
Really?
Yeah, section 5.
Really? You think so? That's it, you can walk him back.
See, he was going to arrest me, guys. Will, sort him out, man. He's horrible, mate.
Right there, how's it going?
Him, he pushed me over there. His attitude stinks. He's threatening to arrest me, power spray me. The opposite of you. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be arrested. He should be arrested by fellow officers under your College of Policing.
Let's set the scene clearly. The auditor had just been shoved, left shaken, hurt, and understandably angry. His swearing in that heated moment wasn't about disrespect. It was an instinctive reaction to being attacked. But the officer's reply, "Swear at me again and I'll arrest you," showed anything but professionalism. Police officers are held to a higher standard for a reason. They are trained to keep their composure, calm a tense situation, and act with restraint even when emotions run high. That's what the public expects, and that's what the role demands. Here, the officer failed on all counts. He didn't show restraint, didn't display awareness, and didn't uphold the trust placed in him. By threatening arrest in response to a victim's outrage, he didn't just escalate the harm. He turned misconduct into something even harder to defend.
Arrested him.
As you know,
You should have arrested him. Wait till you see the footage.
we can't arrest anyone, as you know. As a piece
You
of
can't know. They should have arrested him.
So what you can do, if you want to make a complaint.
Well, I've never
there is a
experienced
process.
anything like him.
Well, I haven't seen
Ever,
it.
mate.
I want to hear what you said.
Ever. You know I'm sound reviews when he's a sound.
So you know what
I've never experienced
Let me
that.
just say one thing.
He is a dangerous police officer. He should
say
not be
one
in the
thing to
police. You should not be in the police. You are a dangerous police officer. You are a dangerous police officer. You should not be in a front-facing role. You should not be going out the public. You are disgusting. You are a shame.
Stand back.
Shameful. Shameful. You should not be a front-facing officer to the public. You are a danger to the public, my friend. You're the reason people like me exist, because of people like you.
you know that as well as me, this place is covered in cameras. Okay? So, ergo, if you have a complaint, and you're an auditor, you probably feel...
I've got it on film, yeah, I will.
Mr. What can I call you?
Just call me DP.
DP.
Or Paul, call me Paul.
So, if you want to make a complaint, which really you know whatever happened will be covered in cameras, won't it?
Yeah, he cannot be in a role as a police officer, I'm sorry.
What I would suggest...
I'm not having a go at you, that was outrageous.
What I would suggest is, after an incident like that, our adrenaline is high, which can lead to action...
When you see the footage, there's no excuse.
Second officer's explanation isn't just weak, it's alarming. Dismissing an assault by saying, "Our adrenaline was high," tries to make misconduct sound normal, when in fact police are trained specifically to manage pressure without losing control. Officers aren't civilians caught in a street fight. They are professionals, trusted with authority and expected to act with restraint no matter how tense the moment becomes. Brushing it off with "whatever happened, happened" is nothing more than an effort to sweep serious wrongdoing under the rug. And here's the double standard that can't be ignored. If a civilian shoved an officer and tried to excuse it by blaming adrenaline, the court would never accept it. That gap in accountability is exactly what undermines public trust and deepens the divide between police and the people they serve.
Nothing's going to get done about it.
Hang on, no.
Nothing's going to get done about it.
So, wherever's happened, you would try and just get your adrenaline down, carry on with what you're doing, auditing, whatever, seeing what's going on, videoing.
Yeah.
And then...
Where's the police presence,
when your adrenaline is high, you can react to things that you won't normally react to.
To be honest with that proper then, the reason I snapped at him, because the way he was talking to this fella here was the most, honestly, you know what I'm like, Will. If you sound, I'm sound with you. This was the most outrageous thing I've seen from a police officer in probably my life, Will. And I've been beaten up by yous and everything. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Shameful, and I hope he's reprimanded when you get back to the station. I hope you tell him that he's wrong in what he's doing, and do what your college of policing tells you to call your fellow officers out. As to the professionalism you need to do, because of these sort of things, them comments is ruining your relations with the public. So you need to tell them, and I hope you do, Will, because that was...
Auditor makes a powerful point here. One of the biggest failures in modern policing is the silence of bystanders in uniform. The College of Policing's Code of Ethics calls for integrity, accountability, and a duty to challenge misconduct. Yet too often, when an officer steps out of line, their colleagues look the other way. Every time abuse goes unchecked, the gap between police and the public grows wider. It also tarnishes the reputation of those officers who genuinely work with professionalism and fairness. People notice silence just as much as they notice action. When officers refuse to call out misconduct in their own ranks, the badge loses its meaning as a symbol of service. Instead of standing for trust and responsibility, it starts to look like nothing more than a title. And that loss of meaning harms everyone.
The worst attitude I've seen from a police officer in my entire life. And I grew up ghetto and shit.
I'm not saying you're lying, I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying I'm surprised. And that's really straight.
You'll still see the footage anyway, and you're going to be in shock. Yeah, and you know what I'm like? I was telling him, at first he kind of relaxed a little bit, and then I think his ego took back over. And then he had to start.
It's really surprising. As long as you're alright.
No, I'm alright.
That's the most important thing.
Tell him KHNK solicitors will be in contact with him soon. Tell him the solicitors will be in contact with him soon, man. Oh, and I will go to the ISP, all that, right? Go through them methods. I want him removed as his role as a police officer. After that, today he should not be a police officer. I know he's a friend, Will, but I'm sorry, he shouldn't. It's dangerous. Can't be having danger.
Auditors have now taken this case to HNK solicitors, a serious and necessary step toward accountability. And they're right to do so. This wasn't a gray area or a tough, split-second decision. It was a clear abuse of authority. The officer shoved the auditor to the ground, not out of danger or need, but out of ego. Then he refused to identify himself, cutting off transparency and blocking any proper complaint process. When the auditor reacted in anger, the officer tried to twist that response into grounds for arrest, showing that he placed his pride above the law. To make matters worse, another officer excused the assault by blaming adrenaline, as if stress made misconduct acceptable. But officers are specifically trained to handle pressure without resorting to force. Using stress as a shield is not professionalism, it's an excuse. The silence from the rest of the team speaks volumes. Looking the other way when a colleague crosses the line doesn't just protect the wrong person. It corrodes public trust faster than any single act of aggression. That silence made this more than one officer's failing. It exposed a deeper problem of accountability.